Hello, hello, welcome to a new episode of Paranormasight, the Mermaid's Case, and I'm really interested in these two chapters. The Night and the Night. So, chronologically... User tells Azami that he needs to find a mermaid. Tsukasa Awa tells Sato Shinami about her feelings to Shinobu. Wakamoto Sato devises a plan to deliver a love letter. This was before the diving attempt. And having learned of Sato's mentality, Shinobu Wakamoto hopes to prevent the curse of the raging waves. Okay. The Night. User Minakuchi meets Sato Shinami, a fellow immortal, in secret over the past month and grows closer to her. A decisive night befalls them. Sato Shinami meets User Minakuchi, a fellow immortal, in secret over the past month and grows closer to him. A decisive night befalls them. What does this mean? Why is it the same chapter? But this is a very cool idea still. Let's go with User first. I don't know. August 6. Kamishima Kant Keishu ruins rooftop. Oh. Okay. We don't have much time. Honestly, we really should have made up our minds long ago. But there's still a chance. I refuse to give up until it's all over. When we were here yesterday, she told me how she felt. She said she loved me. That if it were somehow possible, she would be with me forever. It must have taken some real courage. I actually feel kind of bad for making her say it. Because I feel exactly the same way, even though we've known each other for less than a month. I can't deny these feelings. I felt the same way, but I didn't have the courage. Either way, one of us only has days left to live. The other, 795 years? Telling her how I felt would mean nothing, worse, it would make parting that much harder. I thought I could bury my feelings somewhere they would never emerge from. For her part, I suppose she wanted to move on without leaving anything unsaid, with no regrets, even if nothing came of it. She knew it was futile, but she still said it anyway. And yet, once I let those feelings out, feelings that should never have been revealed, there was no controlling them anymore. My desire to spend the rest of my life with her burned like a searing flame in my chest. I contemplated possible ways for us to remain together. Is this why users search for the mermaid? Oh. They wanted to make Sato immortal again to give her 800 more years. And Sato needed the Tamatebako and the flesh and the scale for that. Out of the blue, like this was weird why she was so desperate for that out of the blue. Yeah. I mean, I already knew all of that. And I could already assume all of that given the clues we've got, but this still keeps a light on things. A new light of things, I mean. Yeah, very cute. And the answer came to us surprisingly fast, an answer that we shouldn't have even considered. But there was no time to concern ourselves with the right or wrong of it. We didn't even hesitate. Only one option was available to us, and we intended to take it. But there was hardly enough time to see through. Hell, even if we had longer, the odds of our plan succeeding were dismally low. It was nothing more than our final vain act of rebellion. Hell, even if we had longer, the odds of our plan succeeding were dismally low. Surroundings. The cool night sky is teeming with stars. The wind gently brushes the trees as ocean waves echo in the distance. Looking over the sea puts my mind at ease. Sato sits quietly watching the ebb and flow of the tide. I wonder what she's thinking about. Is she carefully contemplating what comes next? The one thing I find weird, if Yusa always knew he was immortal, why did he act so surprised when Yumiko told him that he's immortal? You know? I mean, maybe he was just acting surprised. Probably was, but still. Or in the very first ending when everyone was killed by Kikuko, Yusa was killed as well, and then even Sato was there to witness this, and then we're like, oh my goodness, he died, and but she knew he couldn't die. So this is all weird. But yeah, I guess you can make some. It's not technically wrong what they showed there. It's just the way they portrayed it is a bit weird. What are you thinking about? Huh? I was thinking about how we first met. A month ago? Yeah. Back then, you said you wouldn't bother me, but you peeked over at me like 5 times, didn't you? Did they check the amount I did this? I wonder. I thought I was being sneaky and you even counted the number of times? But if you were counting, I guess you must have been watching me too, right? I didn't realize I was giving myself away. But you're right, I was looking at you. Ah, so that's why you crept up behind me to scare me, huh? I wasn't trying to scare you. I just wanted to see your surprised face. So you were trying to scare me. Yeah, well, I don't scare that easily. You definitely got me back the next day. I love that memory. With a memory like that, there's nothing else I need. I have no regrets. Come on, you can't be all fulfilled and complete already. We're only just getting started. Right, only getting started. My heart won't stop racing. I've never felt this way before. At first I thought it was simply because we were both immortal that our closeness was a feeling of kinship, but it's more than that. I've never gotten along with someone so well, especially someone who's lived such a different life from my own. It feels like I've found a missing piece of myself. My heart is whole when I'm with her. Our very souls are in harmony. Well, that might be pushing it a bit. Even Gran saw how compatible we are and urged me to get married already. That was too embarrassing for me to tell Sato about though. There's no way I can lose her. I can't even conceive of life without her. Even with 100 years of life ahead of me, I will never meet anyone remotely as amazing as her. If there was some way to use my immortality to stay with her, I would do it in an instant. Whatever form I would have to take, I wouldn't complain. I would sell my soul to the devil if it would get me what I desired. We've made up our minds. We'll see our final we'll see our final fish. Yeah. We'll see our final wish through no matter what. But they don't explain. They don't right out explain it. The two profess their feelings for each other, but Satoshi Inami only has days to live. Not wanting to give up, Yusa and Sato come up with a monumental plan. There's one more time where I could inspect her. Oh. She doesn't say anything if I don't press the think button. Interesting. I can't believe she was thinking about it that day at a time like this. That carefree side of her is so dang adorable, though. I can't be upset with her. Okay. But yeah, this reminds me. start from beginning, start from following day, start from 2 days later, start from several days later, start from after that. I want the user surprise, and then act as if he really surprised me. Okay, here, then a lot of thinking. Oh, you're still not here? I have to talk to user. Ah, no. Yep. Of course you did. Anyone would get a fright when someone sneaks up on them like that. Well, at least you can admit it. Well, yeah, like some people, I don't try to put on a cool facade. Wait, what? Damn it, I thought you couldn't tell. Never mind that now. There's something I wanted to ask you. There's something I need to tell you too, but you go first. So I was thinking about what you said yesterday about a pretty rough... Yeah, the rest is the same. It's the next day. The day after. Several days later. I wonder if you would let a person play like this, like skipping everything, and like not knowing the entire game, the entire story at all. What he would think the story would be. Like if he could actually summarize what happened. This would be so interesting. Okay. In the night, from Satoshi Inami's point of view, Satoshi Inami meets Yusa Minaguchi, fellow immortal and secret over the past month, and grows closer to him. A decisive night befalls them. August 6. But they're so close to each other now. Standing side by side, damn. User silently gazing out at the dark sea. I wonder what he's thinking about. I suppose he's seriously considering what lies ahead of us. I really need to do the same. User silently gazing out at the dark sea. I wonder what he's thinking about. The summer breeze feels perfect and the clear sky sparkling with stars. Nothing relaxes me more than the whisper of the tide and the breeze in the trees. I'm so happy. I only have 2 days left. Finding hope at a time like this feels like a miracle. I would all but given up. I never thought I would get a second chance. When we were here yesterday, I told Yusa how I felt. I told him I loved him, that if it were somehow possible, I would stay by his side forever. I had planned on taking those feelings to the grave, but then it hit me, there wouldn't even be a grave for me. Maybe that's why I blurted it out. I was prepared for it to go badly, but he accepted my feelings. Still, I only have 2 days left. It can't be any easier on him than it is me. Yeah, did I read it right? It can't be any easier on him than it is me. After all, sharing our feelings changes nothing. It will only make it harder to say goodbye. But Yusa confessed that he had been suppressing his feelings for the same reason. Hearing that made me wish I hadn't said it first. I can't help feeling like I lost somehow. But looking back, that moment was the only time I could have said it, so I'm glad I did. However, now that it's all out in the open, I thought we would feel a sense of peace, but we don't. Far from it. We are not like a pair of tragic lovers in a story bound to die beautifully together or anything like that. I mean, if we could die together, there'd be nothing to agonize over in the first place. So we started thinking of ways we could be together. The answer came to us surprisingly fast, but it was an answer that could be described as taboo. User asked me if I was sure I wanted to go through with it, but honestly, I didn't need to think twice. If that's what it takes, then so be it. All I want is to be with him. But we are running out of time. Although, even if we had more time, the odds of our plan succeeding are almost zero anyway. Part of me wishes we'd made this plan much earlier, but maybe I needed this time for my feelings to reach their peak. Maybe this is just how it had to be. Better to think we made it just in time. I'll keep fighting this fate until the very end. User silently gazing. What are you thinking about? Huh? Oh, just our height difference. Oh, my height's been bugging you? Well, you know, we are gonna be like this forever. Don't worry, even with 15 centimeters between us, you look great, user. Thanks, but that doesn't really make me feel better. Hey, it's not your fault you were only in middle school when you became immortal. Nothing you can do now, you'll just have to live with it. And if it had happened just 1 or 2 years later, I would be at least 5 centimeters taller. Wait, even then I would still be 10 centimeters shorter than you. Wow, that's crazy. Sorry for being crazy tall. It's fine, I don't care if there's 15 centimeters between us, you're still my adorable Sato. Thanks, but that doesn't really make me feel better. Still, you must have stood out a lot back in your time, huh? Yeah, I was taller than most adult men back then. From what I can remember, I think everyone found me a bit creepy. Sorry to hear that, it's not like you could help it. Well, they treated me like some kind of monster because of it. Most people straight up avoided me. That's awful. On the other hand, I do remember at least one person back then who kept trying to woo me. Who was that? Sounds like someone's jealous. Hey, I ain't the kind of guy who obsesses over his girlfriend's past. What's done is done. Yeah, you hear that? This is, well... Haha, nice line. I bet you've been wanting to say that one for ages. Still, I mean, you've been alive for so long. There's way too much history to worry about. Fair point. Honestly, I barely remember him myself. Although I don't think I liked him all that much. He was just somebody important I couldn't say no to or something like that. But really? That's good to hear. At least as far as I can remember. Anyway, I thought you didn't care. Well, I guess you having so much more experience under your belt makes me feel a bit out of your league. I see. Well, I'm the one who confessed to you, so I guess we'll call it even for now. Right, that works for me. Not sure what's even exactly, but I will take it. I would have assumed he'd be thinking about tomorrow's plan. I never imagined he might be thinking about what comes after that. He's so sure we're going to succeed, knowing that makes me feel so much more confident. His easygoing attitude is actually reassuring right now. I'm so glad he's here with me. My heart won't stop racing. I've never felt this way before, just like User. I didn't think I could feel something new after living for 800 years. The fact that he's an 800-year mortal too probably has something to do with it. With him I feel safe. There's nothing I would be afraid to tell him. But that's not all there is to it. There are some people you could know for decades and still not fall in love with them. And then there are those you know you can't live without barely a second after you've met. Even a bond that's lasted centuries can fall apart in a single day. Love isn't measured by time. Maybe it's too much to say we are soulmates, but that's how it feels to me. Even Sui's been saying that we should get married because we're clearly made for each other. Not that I've told Yusa that. It would be way too embarrassing. I don't want to say goodbye to Yusa. But they're thinking the same things. Man, I can correlate to all of this so much. Yeah, things going through my head because of things happening in life as well. Yeah. Feels like I've waited 800 years for him, and now a lot of things might be destroyed tomorrow. Everything the islanders have been protecting, heck, even some relationships might crumble. But still, we are going to do it. We've made up our minds. We'll see our final wish through no matter what. My apologies for the interruption. I simply wish to confirm your understanding of a certain point. Yeah, me too, actually. I know they want to make Sato, like, give her more, 800 more years, but they sound like as if they would trample over other people's lives or make them have some kind of misfortune because of that. I don't know, like, but they wouldn't do it. Like, we saw Sato multiple times in the story offering herself just so other people don't die, and... Yusa Minakuchi and Sato Shiranami attempted in vain to hide their feelings for one another, and now they are hatching a plan. Considering how much you are remembered already, I'm certain you will recall this fact as well. So let me ask you, what can be done to intertwine two lives that were never meant to stay together? Well, 1, 2, 3? Yusa Minakuchi, Asami Komui, Sato Shiranami, Tsukasa, Awao, Shotaro Wakamura, Tsuyu Minakuchi. Yes, Sato Shiranami must forcibly, must ultimately, must once again, must completely, must momentarily, must eternally, must once again be made immortal. Sato Shiranami must once again be shaved bald, be erased, be loved, be sacrificed, be danced with, be made immortal. Yeah. Sato Shiranami must once again be made immortal, you say. That is correct, and you chose the right answer on your very first attempt. Well done indeed. Indeed, as there's no way to undo the curse of an 800-year mortal, the only way for them to remain together would be to somehow obtain the flesh of a mermaid. They believe they have no choice but to make Sato Shiranami live for another 800 years. As such, the plan they hatched was to obtain a second helping of immortality. A truly radical concept such a method goes against the very laws of nature, but it is not my place to judge. Please enjoy the continuation of the story. Yeah, this explains Yusa's ambitions. And Sato's ambitions as well. I told Asami about our plan to find a mermaid, and he agreed to help. We'll go diving tomorrow morning and hopefully find a clue. Sorry I can't be any more help, I just can't remember anything else. But I'm sure there was a mermaid on Taishima. Don't worry about it, at least now we know where to start the search. It really seems like my mom had some connection with mermaids though, huh? Definitely, Tsuyu showed me that scale, and it really looks like it came from a mermaid. How strange would it be if it turned out your mom was actually a mermaid all along? Yeah, but even I think that's a bit of a leap. If I start diving in the Southern Sea, people are bound to start talking about my mom again, which will give us the chance to hear more details that we might not be aware of. That's the hope anyway. I've tried to keep my head down as much as I could until now, but I can't stand idly by anymore. Lately there's been talk around the island of ominous signs. Maybe that will work in our favor. You mean people talking about the storm coming? Yeah, that could be just the push we need. Also, about the person who you said you met today. Yumiko Shiki from the Paranormal Affairs Bureau, was it? She definitely seems like she knows something. Yeah, there's something suspicious about her. I think she didn't pay much attention to me because she knows I don't have much longer to live. But she apparently has the power to detect immortals, and when she finds them, she locks them up somewhere. They've been watching me too, so they might already have the suspicions. I'll be careful. It's pretty wild to think that we are being hunted by government authorities though. I guess people like us really can't be allowed to exist. I don't think they would be too happy about us searching for mermaid flesh either. It would be great if we could somehow get some information out of them. That might be difficult. We don't even know if they will be coming back to Kamishima tomorrow. True. I guess we could always go to the mainland. User? Yeah? Do we really have to be so secretive about it? Couldn't we tell Tsukasa and Azumi everything and ask them to help us? It's not that I don't trust them, because I do. It's just that the more people there are that know a secret, the more likely it is to come out. If people find out there's a way to become immortal, it would cause a total uproar. Even the police would be after us then. Heck, every person who wants to live forever would be looking for us. Can't force Azumi and Tsukasa to get caught up in all of that. You're right. If anyone is going to get locked up, it should just be us. Exactly. That's why we should keep our mermaid search as quiet as possible. Besides, if we told anyone else, it would be harder to keep the fact that you're a mortal girl hidden. But won't it all come out when the police come around asking questions? I guess I can just play dumb and pretend I don't know anything until they come up with some solid evidence. We probably shouldn't let people know about us either. It would just make it harder for us to continue our search. Yeah, I guess you're right. Okay. We probably shouldn't let people know about us either. It would just make it harder for us to continue our search. Yeah, this is why I say they acted very surprised and clueless when all this evidence was unveiled in the story, and I guess they kind of acted cold towards each other just to mask all of what really happened behind the scenes. This is why she didn't really want to talk to Yuzo all the time. It was always startled, and yeah, I guess. Let's try and stay apart as much as possible from tomorrow, just to be safe. As of now, I doubt anyone knows about our relationship. Yeah, I'm sure no one has caught on yet. Let's avoid all unnecessary contact while we each continue searching for mermaid flesh on our own. We can set specific times to meet up and share information, but we'll have to make sure no one sees us together. Right, I'll avoid interacting with you in public. But if we need to contact each other in an emergency, we can leave some kind of signal at a place we often walk by. Oh, I know. I leave this Kamishimaru keychain in front of the town clock. Oh! This is one of the unfinished chapters. Yeah. And we found this thing in front of the town clock. If you see it there, do you think you could come to the roof of the Kantekisho? Oh, that's the one I gave you. Okay, Kamishimaru can be our go-between. Well, I guess that gives us 2 days to find what we need. I know it will take a miracle, but we can't give up. Right. The night. The two profess their feelings for each other, but Sato Shiranami only has days to live. Not wanting to give up, Yusa and Sato come up with a monumental plan. Okay, this at least, yeah, solves this chapter. I still have no clue about this one though. I tried so many things, like I'm sure it is currently not possible. I need another chapter to have some sort of different whatever options presented here. This is so weird. Yeah, I think I will do this really quickly. Start from... Oh, wait. Huh. Did I... Yeah, this was the chapter where we found the keychain. But we completed this and not this one. And Also, we don't have the third option anymore with the household. Or maybe because ended with Avi in possession of the Tamatipako. Maybe because this is the current state. Could be. So weird. So let's do this one. Use the keychain. Ah, Sato, something wrong? Oh no, it's just that there's a Kamishimaru keychain lying on the ground here. Ah, you're right. Who just chuck the poor thing out here? Yeah, I almost missed it. I rescued. Keychain acquired. Huh. And what would happen if we say Tsukasa has to... Like, there were two different options to choose as well at the end. Tsukasa. A point of contact. Now we can only say Tsukasa. Interesting. Was it because of the keychain? Okay, if we don't interact with the keychain, yeah. So this is only showing that there is another option, I guess. Yeah, and then the chapter would end, but we didn't get a follow-up chapter. Okay, so this is the... I don't know what happened here. But... confused. Maybe we have... Maybe she can take the fish, the mermaid scale now. Oh, I don't know. Or maybe let's try to solve this puzzle then. I don't know. Diddle. User Minakuchi. Okay, choose which of these individuals to enlist and what to have them to do, and then select. So it's about the business cards, like we want, right? Go diving, fool around, enact purification. No, we don't need. Pilot the boat, collect cards. Business cards, I guess. Act as a consultant. Go diving, make calculations, use inheritance. I think it would be make calculations, but at the same time they hinted towards Tsukasa being the daughter of Unkaku Dono. Maybe, I don't know. Enter negotiations, beg for mercy, flee to Tokyo. What the... I wonder if we have to do... Make, like, all people go act and do something. Enact purification. Use vision ability, do housework, consult with husband. Use curse, use shagan, use feast of shadow. What was shagan again? Sodo. Shagan, the ability to see the face of a deceased individual from their remains. allowing for recreation of the features via portrait sketch. Annie can use the Feast of Shadows as well. Maybe to empower Sirs? I don't know. Call on Guardian Spirit. Use Shikigami, perform dowsing. What are these abilities again? Sirs. Guardian Spirits, the ability to call upon the numerous Guardian Spirits of the Lunalight family, invoke their powers to exercise spirits and negate certain psychic abilities. Maybe. Shikigami, the ability to turn a piece of paper with an individual's name written on it into butterfly. We saw this already. Yeah, we saw this already. Dowsing, the ability to use a pendulum to search for a target based on what the user can sense of their spiritual power. We saw this ability as well. I think the Guardian Spirit. Yeah, honestly, do laundry. I don't know. Enter negotiations. Use curse. Write manuscript. My feeling is write manuscript. Use curse. Okay, let's. I will just try this. I don't know. Very well. That's 9 in total. That's the plan. I'll be sure to do my part. Alright, sounds like you need me on the case. If it will help set things right, I will do whatever I can. You've got a job for me too? Let me at it. Yeah, let's use your inheritance. I will now go apprise the people not here as to what you need them to do. At the same time, I will also fulfill my own role in the plan. That said, I am unsure as to whether I will have sufficient time to relay the plan to all these individuals. Please do what you can, we're counting on you. Very well, I will enact the plan as soon as you give me the word. If all goes well, Ikuma's curse should have no effect. So there can be too many people, is what I'm getting at. Okay. Saved little bread. Now the curse is coming, right? Yeah. And so his curse is on... But do we have some different dialogue? He made the wrong choice. Man. This really is like a NTR ending. Now after getting more context. God damn it. Oh. It appears you chose the right people, but you also include a few unnecessary ones that may have cost you precious time. Next time it might be best to limit your choices to only those who are truly essential. In addition, if you think about what those business cards are made of, you might just find someone with the right kind of ability. And so for now, this path has come to an end. Oh. Wait. Okay, if we look at Circe again. Shikigami, the ability to turn a piece of paper with an individual's name written on it into a butterfly, which will return to the individual in question. Although she does not have to be the one who wrote the name, it must be Circe who cast the spell on the paper. Doesn't this sound very suspicious. And then I want to... The Feast of Shadows, the ability to create a domain in which the potency and range of certain types of spiritual abilities are increased. Only effective at night. Zoro himself is able to create a domain up to 1 kilometer in range. I think this has to be coupled together, right? Shikigami. Like, she's useless. I think he's also useless, probably. Use vision abilities, housework, also with husband. Probably not required as well. Collect cards. Make calculations. I mean, we could give these these three at the top a job, because this doesn't take time if they do something, since they are already here. I don't know what user should do here. Like what are these options? Enact purification. What does this even mean? Purificate what? Let's do this one. Maybe we'll get some more clues. Very well. That's 4 in total. I can't talk anymore. Okay, let's see. I think even if we are wrong, the storyteller will give us more and more context if it's right or not. God damn it. God damn it. Ugh. So this is not entirely right either. Forgive me. Yeah. Now then, what could have been done differently? In the end, Satoshi and Nami had no choice but to perish alongside Tomoshige. It appears you chose the right people, but you also include a few unnecessary ones still. Next time it might be best to limit your choices to only those who are truly essential. Really? And then Shikigami, Piece of Shadow, that's it. I guess. That's 2 in total. Alright, sounds like a plan to me. I'm sure it's gonna work out. This is our last chance. Let's keep it together. I will now go apprise the people not here as to what you need them to do. At the same time, I will also fulfill my own role in the plan. If all goes well, Ikuma's curse should have no effect. I'm very sure this must be the solution. Otherwise, I'm really off. The suspense. Oh! Let's go! Let's go, man. In the Kante Kishu ruins, Kippei Ikuma closes in on Sato. Time is running out. User draws honest knowledge from the Tomokazu key to decide what must be done and relays this to Zoro Kiryu. And we still need to find out what the Tomokazu key is, if I think about it. Like, this is a mystery left for the very end, could it be? And we as the player, like we as the entity, we're kind of connected to this Tomokazu key. Huh. Conclusion. Yeah. I think this will be the last chapter. And then there will be something more, like 1 or 2 chapters more. And then these 2 weird chapters. I still don't know if we can already solve them or not. It's driving me crazy. Man, I really want to end the game with everything having been dealt with. It would be so stupid to make another episode for these 2 things. Ugh. Yeah, we will see. Well, thank you for tuning in. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.